We the champs.
We the champs.
Pleased to have you if this is your first time, your second time, or if you've been here with us the whole way, even 3 years ago when I was on SoundCloud.
Oh, wow.
When we was on SoundCloud. But anyways, I'm your host, Jay, and this is our co-host.
Jay. What up?
Yes. Pleased to be here. So we're going to get into some great sports talk, primarily NFL. Before we get into the mix, do us a quick favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share it with your aunties and your grandmas.
And your uncles, grandpas. Comment.
All of that.
Share. You said share.
Yeah. All right. So topics for today are the AFC, NFC.
Wait. I know you don't want me to do this, but it has to be done. All
what?
Right. Moment of silence to remember the great Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Jay, give us one good thing to say about Tom.
When he threw the football, it had a nice spiral on
it. Tom Brady retired again today. Shout out to Tom. Figured, we should give him a shout out. We can move on now since it's a second retirement. Go ahead.
No,
man.
hold on. You say something nice about Tom.
Tom Brady
man, don't give us no long ass spiel, man.
I'm not, man.
Five words.
Does Tom Brady count as 2 words?
That's one.
All right. Tom Brady is the GOAT. Period.
All right. Hey, that's good enough. All right. Let's get into the AFC, NFC championship showdown. It's our nice little recap. So, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Let's hit it off with you know what? Let's just go ahead and go into the NFC matchup. The first game we had on Sunday at 3:00. What was the final score of this game, Jay?
3:00, NFC Championship showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers.
The 49ers and then the Eagles.
I'm sorry, the San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles in Lincoln Memorial Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Final score 31.
No, 7-31.
Final score 7 Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just kidding. 7 49ers to the 31-point Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, so if you was rocking with me last week on our previews, predictions, and wagers, I told you to take the Eagles to cover the spread, and what do we have here? The Eagles cover the spread.
Eagles covering the spread.
I'm pretty sure I said this would be a convincing win, right?
You said it would be a convincing win.
Yes. Not so much an arm's length game, maybe like a...
You said arm's length.
I said arm's length? Okay. Arm's length to like blowout proportions. This was a total decimation of the 49ers. The Eagles completely dominated them. And I know I've said before that I just push injuries to the side. Like if your team is injured, if you have players injured, you should be able to overcome that. But the players you have on the roster, except I give exceptions if it's the quarterback that's injured. So there you go right there. Brock Purdy was injured on the 4th play of the game. The first drive, they busted down this man's elbow. He has a torn UCL, sprained UCL.
Yes.
He's going to be out 6 months. And when that happened, we knew the game was over. He was on the sideline. He couldn't throw the ball. It was over. And they brought in Josh Johnson, 15-year vet in the season. Looked like it was his. He had only been in the season for a few months. You saw when he took the snap and just dropped the ball. I was like, oh.
No, you wasn't. You was like, woo.
I was saying like, no. 49ers fans were like, oh.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn. But once Brock Purdy went out, I pretty much saw the fruition of how this game was going to play out. 49ers weren't going to get downfield, even if that defense plays super tough. Jay, if you start on the 25-yard line and you get backed up or don't even advance in the field, that leads to better field position off that punt. And it was going to, even if it came down to a battle of field position, the Eagles were going to have the advantage because the Niners weren't going to be able to move the ball with Josh Johnson at the helm. And yeah, it's very unfortunate for the Niners. You get dealt a crappy hand that's just too bad to come back from. That happens. However, I still believe this would have been a two-plus score game. had Brock Purdy stayed in, because that pass rush from the Eagles wasn't going to let up. What you got to say about it?
Well, I'm a man to say that you was right by picking the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But it's just unfortunate for the Niners, bro. You lose your quarterback in the first drive of the game. And
Yeah,
it was just completely over. And it was an uphill battle from there. It was already somewhat of an uphill battle coming in the Lincoln Memorial.
Look, they was scaling the wall like this.
Yeah, but it was already just. Well, I mean, Brock Purdy's already the third string quarterback, rookie, and the Niners came this far. That's how talented their roster is. And I believe they definitely had a shot to win this game.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and we were not given what could have been. Complete shutout by the Eagles. Defense was turned up. Pounded the ball on the Niners over and over again. Good win for the Eagles. I grit my teeth to say that they deserve it. And yeah, I mean, you can't take nothing from it. They jumped on the opportunities when it presented themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts, literally 16-1 this season. Like, you know, go Eagles, go.
Fly Eagles, fly. That's just good football, man. So excited about the match they're having up against the AFC Conference Championship winner. Oh, man, what do we have here? You want to say the final score, or you want me to say the final score? I'll go ahead. The Cincinnati Bengals traveled to Arrowhead Stadium, or what were they calling it before? Burrowhead? And the Bengals came up short, losing 20-23 to the Kansas City Chiefs in Mahomes' house. This game was definitely a banger, great game. This was a defensive game, no matter how you look at it. The amazing throws that were made, Patrick Mahomes, heroics, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, blah, whatever. This was a solid defensive game from both sides. I mean, both teams' opposing defenses. You have to give it to that pass rush. Frank Clark and Chris Jones had Burrow under duress for most of the game. Chris Jones had 5 sacks. No, my bad. Chris Jones had 2 sacks.
Boy, I was about to say. Go ahead.
Chris Jones had 2 sacks, 4 tackles, and 5 quarterback hits. And one of those tackles were a tackle for loss. Frank Clark had 3 tackles, 1.5 sacks. One of those tackles were a tackle for loss and 3 quarterback hits. So out of the 12 QB hits, Chris Jones and Frank Clark combined for 8. And out of the 5 sacks, they combined for 3.5 of those sacks. Like I said, that pass rush, as we've seen in recent history, in the past decade in the Super Bowl, that pass rush always gets it done in these big games. You know, you saw that pass that Joe Burrow aired out in the safety. Who did he air it out to? Was it Higgins?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he was on some kind of curved seam, and he aired it out, and the safety came and just scooped it up, and he threw another interception. How did that other interception go?
Looked like some miscommunication, or maybe Burrow didn't put enough air on it.
Mm-hmm. And do you know who caught that ball?
35?
Do you know his name? All right, so shout out to an Augusta, Georgia native, cornerback Jalen Watson. Graduated from Laney C. Walker, that's down the street from pretty much where he used to live out. He went to Ventura College, and he transferred to Washington State, got drafted in the 7th round of the draft last year. So that's a rookie out there from Augusta, Georgia. So his parents actually pull up to the liquor store that my dad works at. My dad chats with his folks and everything. So, hey, congrats, Jalen. You're making the city proud. You're making us at We the Champs proud. Putting Augusta on that map. 7th round rookie, bro.
I wish he didn't intercept that ball, though.
I bet you did, man.
Matter of fact, he's caused me two bad interceptions this season.
Really? What's the other
He
one?
picked off the Chargers, Justin Herbert, earlier this season and ran it back for 6.
Mm-hmm.
Messed up my bet that day. He also messed up my bet.
Oh,
this day.
he did. That was him.
That was him.
Oh, wow. Okay,
So,
okay.
Jalen, you know, it's something about these Jalen's is really getting under my damn skin. Like Jalen Hurts, Jalen Brown, Jalen Roney, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Johnson, all these Jalen's, bro. Like, that's how I feel about this shit, man.
Hey, we bring it, man. Some other things from this game. Both teams are. Hey, no matter what you say about how the O-line performed, you know, granted, Joe Burrow was down 3 offensive linemen. But no matter how you look at this, man, in crunch time position, both teams were in position to win this game. The Bengals had the ball towards the end. They had to punt it to the Chiefs. I know they didn't want to punt it to the Chiefs, but they had the opportunity right there. And the rushing yardage in this game was very, very low. The Bengals had 71 team rushing yards. 30 of those came from QB draw and scrambles from Joe Burrow. And I believe the Chiefs only had 42 team rushing yards. It's crazy. But, yeah, this was a banger, man. Some highlights from the game. What's one of your, like, favorite plays you saw from this game?
Some of my favorite plays, I'll pick one for the winning team. That my homeboy touchdown.
Okay, all right. I already got that one scripted right here.
Patrick Mahomes touchdown. It was 13 tight, third quarter. He ain't have nowhere to go. The pocket was collapsing. This guy scrambles a little bit.
Too.
Third down. And he just throws a dart to MVS. What's his name? Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Mm-hmm.
Touchdown. And they also scored on the 4th down. Scored a touchdown to Kelsey at first.
That was fourth down?
TD. That was 4th down,
all
bro.
Right. So
that is a killer. That's a killer, bro.
So he rolled out. They moved the pocket a little bit. The pass rush was coming. He threw it up, and it was Travis Kelce one-on-one with the safety. Travis Kelce just went above the rim for it. Came down. Hey. And on that MVS pass, man, that was probably the most impressive throw of the day, I got to say. Now, you said something good about the Chiefs. I'll say my favorite play from the Bengals. It was 4th and 6. The Bengals are damn near mid on the field. They're on the 40-something yard line. 4th and 6. Oh, man, you think they're going to hit a slant, an out route or whatever, maybe like a little skinny post, which actually it was a post route towards the middle. Joe Burrow airs it out down the field. It's Jamar Chase in double coverage. That boy just acrobat in the air, catches the ball, converts. That was about like a 30-yard, 26-yard play. Mm-hmm. That was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of the plays he made to move the chains were just they're good throws, but it was big plays from the receivers, specifically T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So man, that was just some good old football, man. But some other big plays from the game. Sky Moore on that punt return to set up the field goal. That was a big one. Special teams kind of folded right there. You can't let that happen, especially in critical moments like that in the game. And I feel like, who's that linebacker for the Bengals, number 58?
Oh, Joseph Asai.
Joseph Asai. He's getting so much heat from that pass, unnecessary roughness call when he pushed Mahomes out of bounds. That one wasn't bad. Honestly, you can't blame officiating, but in this case, it's like, damn, what can you do as a defender?
Told you what I would have did.
What you would have done?
I would have and just jumped away. Like if I'm falling out, I would have used my last bit of strength to jump at a different angle than towards the quarterback.
That's 15 yards right there.
You just got to. You just gotta know. You just gotta not do it, bro. It's like with men, we know that what we say, it is what it is, right? There's no this or that. It's just it is what it is. Like you just gotta know. You just can't do that. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Cost the team the game. Well, cost them a key possession. Are you done?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So once again, Jalen was right. Picked the Chiefs to win this.
CHAMPZ.
He called out Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. So I tip my hat to my rival here.
Contemporary. Hey, man. It's always. Hey, look, bro. We still. Hey, we're gonna reveal our Super Bowl picks later, but.
Good job, man. No,
oh, my bad.
good job, man.
Yeah. Hey,
Good
it's
job.
always. Hey, we're gonna have next season. Don't worry. It's gonna be a lot of smoke coming.
Good job to Jay.
CHAMPZ, baby.
Not gonna make excuses for the Bengals. Not gonna make excuses for the Niners. We all know what it is. The Bengals, they got a big head. I mean, it's so disrespectful to go in there and calling it Burrowhead. It was really just one win in Arrowhead. So they put Joe Burrow under a ton of pressure, which I didn't have a problem with that. But Chiefs came in hot. They came in looking for blood. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to talk your shit, you got to back it up. They didn't back it up. They took the L right on the chin. But I think what's most important here, Jay, I don't want to say this. No one's talking about this, but this is a learning, growing period for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's phenomenal, and he needed to taste his L. This was an even bigger L than the Super Bowl. To me.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
This is an even bigger
L.
You
know, the Super Bowl it's the Super Bowl. You know, that's generally gonna have that weight, but this game had. This game had weight.
More so because no one even expected the Bengals to be in the Super Bowl last year, you know? Mm-hmm. So you don't have that pressure and expectation. But this year,
they came in here
with the Burrow head and already 3-0 against Mahomes. And then, people want to put Joe Burrow at the top of the stool. And then you right there and you lose by a game-winning field goal. And Joe Burrow threw 2 picks. Joe Burrow's just got to learn, sometimes you can have big guns and go for it, but I don't think that throw to T. Higgins in double coverage was not a good throw at that time in the game. I feel like, if you're Tom Brady-esque, right, you got to just methodically, surgically make your way downfield, boom, convert on third down. So that's what Joe Burrow's good at, and I feel like he went for a big shot that ultimately gave the Chiefs the ball. It didn't cost them the game, but that could have been a scoring drive. They could have got 3 out of that at least.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, maybe we're looking at 23-23 overtime, or maybe we're looking at a completely different game. But either way, I wish the Bengals would have ran the ball more. Only 8 carries for Joe Mixon, who was talking the most shit.
It's funny. They actually, Samaj Perine, between the two of them, they had about average 3.4 yards per carry. I feel like
I don't even think they had that. Yeah, I think they had like 2 yards to carry. So, learning period for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. The championship window is still open. Now for the Chiefs, that was a great win for the Chiefs. Great win for Mahomes. They proved me. I actually underestimated the Chiefs. They came together as a unit, stood toe-to-toe with the Bengals and took them down. And rightfully deserving a Super Bowl spot. So, shout out to Arrowhead. Shout out to Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco. And what did I say with this prediction? I said there's only one thing I'm worried about, and that is Chris Jones. Wrote his name down here. Shout out to Chris Jones. Great big sack at the end of that game.
Big time.
Big time sack. Big time player. Travis Kelce, big time player. MVS stepping up in that top receiver role, just killing them. Yeah,
that was big time, man.
Killing them, especially with Tony out. Kadarius Toney went out. I think Juju went out. They were missing their linebacker, cornerback. The Chiefs just stepped up and they prevailed on their home field. And there was nothing better. I think that was probably one of the sweetest wins for the Chiefs. So,
see, if we look back to recent playoff history, other than that comeback in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it right here.
This is it right here. This is building Mahomes' legacy, building that dynasty. They're in the Super Bowl without Tyreek Hill. That's crazy.
I know, right? Yeah. That was the biggest speculation last year. Like,
yeah.
They don't have Tyreek Hill.
So there you go. Yeah, there we go. I swallow my pride for y'all.
Hey, man.
None of my teams made it. Niners didn't make it. Bengals didn't make it. Bills didn't make it.
Yeah, they were right there.
Nobody made it. Now here I am cheering for the Eagles and Chiefs. It'd be a great matchup. But
Oh yeah. Hey, we got a lot of the Super Bowl coverage coming for you soon. But okay, that does for the conference championship title games and whatnot. Now it's damn near off. Let's just go ahead and say it, Jay. It's pretty much off season now. I mean, we have the Super Bowl left and the Pro Bowl, which nobody watches, but it's the off season.
it's exciting, bro. We never recorded during the off season. So
I know.
We get to cover everything.
So the hottest thing that's going on right now are coaching hires. The fires have already happened. Black Mondays already happened. Now it's time to talk about these coaching hires in here. And we're going to set it off with our two favorite teams. And actually, hold on. You know, it's a lose-lose. The Super Bowl is a lose-lose for you, Jay. Just hear me out real quick. Because you either got to cheer on the quarterback that you love to hate, or you got to cheer for the quarterback you hate to love, or this offense of the Eagles that you hate so much. But you know what? It's a loss for the both of us because both our teams trash. Ain't nowhere to be found close to this.
Yeah. Yeah, home.
So we lost. Both of us lost a long time ago, my man. So we're gonna start it off. Arthur Smith is the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and y'all recently signed Ryan Nielsen as defensive coordinator for the Falcons. All right, here's just some quick data on him. He spent the last 6 seasons in New Orleans as an assistant coach and was the Saints' co-defensive coordinator last season under Dennis Allen. So I was writing this down today for the show and whatnot. I'm like, okay, that's straight. You know, the Saints have had good players on that defense, and they've had good defenses in recent history. And a defensive coordinator coming from the same division is familiar with how teams play and quarterback tendencies. Then I hit Jay with something that's about to be a fact or might be a fact. The NFC South, all 4 teams have a very, very high chance of having a new starting quarterback next year. So it's like, damn. So that's not even film that Ryan Nelson is going to even have for that specifically. But, you know, if it's trades or whatnot, college film, he'll have that for whatever quarterback's at the helm. How you feel about this?
If I had to grade it, I give it a solid B.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done much research on Ryan Nielsen, but the Saints have had a formidable defense for the past I can't remember when the Saints had a bad defense, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he's been there for 6 seasons, and Cam Jordan sacked Matt Ryan the most times out of any defensive end. So it's got to be Ryan Nielsen's got to have an ear in that. DeMario Davis, he coached him. Lattimore coached him. So he's got some big names that he's coached. Defense definitely needs work. I can't tell you how many leads we have given up because of our defense. So hopefully he comes in and just put an end to that. I'm excited to have him, Dre. I honestly, if it was me, I need to hire somebody. I feel like this is kind of a swing. I need somebody with a big resume, but you know, it's not a lot of big name defensive minded coaches that are available right now. So
yeah, I mean it's defensive coordinator. Right?
Yeah. I'm just kind of nitpicking a little bit, but
the big resume, man. That's not. Sometimes you gotta take the swing, man. You know, look at Sean McVay.
Yeah,
you know he's big time. He was already an offensive coordinator, but you know, you got to take these big swings.
So good to have him here. Him and Arthur Smith, they speak the same language, so it'd be good. Good for the team.
All right. And for my Carolina Panthers here, we hired Frank Reich earlier this week or sometime last week, January 26th. So that was last week. As far as Frank Reich, he was coaching Carson Wentz and the Eagles on their Super Bowl run and did a fantastic job with that offense. That was really amazing. And went to the Colts, had some solid seasons. This says right here, he is 33-1 in the regular season and 4.5 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts. I feel like I mean, this season they just couldn't get the quarterback right, and they dealt with quite a few injuries, so it was actually pretty hard to turn it around and really turn it around with the Colts that season. And one thing Frank Reich is known for, as far as coaching the Colts, they usually start the seasons out slow.
Yeah.
They go on a streak. That could be, I don't know which end of the barrel I'm going to get. Am I going to get the heavy end or am I going to get the empty end? But, however, he is an offensive-minded head coach. He has a lot of experience, and he's known to be a quarterback whisperer. He's had success with Phillip Rivers and Jacoby Brissett. He coached Andrew Luck. And, hey, man, I feel like we find a quarterback, we can make some things shake with Frank Reich at the helm.
What you rate it?
But I rated. I'm gonna give it a solid B+. B+. Not quite on the A, but I feel like I could be looking back on this episode right here and regret. No, not regret, but look back and be like, damn, I should have gave Frank Reich an A. But I like the guy. He seems like a well thought out guy. So, hey, welcome to Carolina, Frank Reich. All right. The Browns needed a defensive coordinator. They hired Jim Schwartz. Is that black dude?
I don't know.
The hell you?
I know his name.
Bro, I know. I've heard his name for like years.
Jim Schwartz.
Schwartz.
There you go.
He black, right? No.
How embarrassing.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
He like, do I look black to you? Jim Schwartz. Okay.
Okay, he used to be the head coach for the Lions.
Okay.
Okay.
Defensive coordinator for the Browns.
Hey man, I feel like one good thing is for coordinators specifically and assistant coaches, I feel like it gives you a boost if you had been a former head coach before.
Yes.
I know they like to say Bill Belichick likes assistants and coordinators who were head coaches former. So
yes, makes sense.
And he had his. Hey, speaking of Belichick, he got his start as a personnel scout with Bill Belichick back in the '90s. So that could be something fly. Or it's the Browns, man.
Yeah,
it's the Browns.
We don't know much about Jim Schwartz besides that he coached the Lions. I had to do some more research on that guy, but they got defensive pieces on that defense, so he got something to work with at least. And then, the offense, they got Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper, Njoku, Nick Chubb. They got pieces. So all he got to do is worry about make sure Myles Garrett gets to the quarterback. And he going to keep his job. That's how I feel about it, bro.
All right, moving on. So this one was the hottest. This guy was the hottest commodity at the coaching position in the offseason. We have Sean Payton. It's funny, a coach got traded to the Denver Broncos to be the head coach.
I didn't even know that's possible.
But
did y'all know that's possible? I didn't even know that was possible.
Because they had the rights to Sean Payton. Because Sean Payton he was still technically under contract with them, but there's no salary cap and the roster spots for your coaches.
So Sean Payton's so sauced up that he says, I'm not going to coach this year, but, I'm still on the contract. And then says, nah, I want y'all to trade me. And gets traded for a first-round pick. And a second round. Look at that.
What?
First-round draft pick and a second-round pick.
Oh, man. What? He got traded for a first-round pick?
He got traded for a first-round draft pick and a second-round draft pick in the next following year, 2024.
Bro, what?
Denver just...
Dude, what? Are you serious? I saw the second and I saw the third round pick, but I did not see he got.
What do you think it is? It's live. I'll go.
I don't know, man.
I'll go.
You take,
all right,
hey,
so
you take it. You take it.
So it's Sean Payton. All right, Sean Payton is just listening to him speak on the Herd with Colin Cowherd. This guy is intelligent, mastermind. He knows what he's doing. He understands what needs to be done to win in the NFL, and he's shown that he can win the NFL. He's got a Super Bowl.
Real quick, you feel like this was? Do you feel like the Broncos just been desperate?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So yeah, all right. But I'm trying to build up Sean Payton. So yeah, got a Super Bowl. He's got like 10 NFC playoff appearances. He's got like a record of like 160 to like 70 losses. So this guy's a winner, right? He knows what he's doing. And the Broncos they need a head coach. They just signed a bunch of money to Russell Wilson. The Broncos are definitely desperate right now. Definitely desperate. They are giving up everything.
A first-round pick.
A first-round pick. They already gave up first-round picks to get Russ in.
Yeah, they gave up. I didn't even know they had that first-round pick.
I didn't either. I don't even know how they got that, honestly. Oh, they got it from Miami for Bradley Chubb.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
They got it for Bradley Chubb. So, but
quick thing. I'm not even gonna say much on this, but don't it seem like Sean Payton rocked with the Saints so much that they was just sitting in the meeting room, the war room, and it was like, okay, Sean, you rocking with us on this? You gonna help us get this first round pick? And he was like, I got y'all.
Yeah, it's definitely
like it's like he still rock with the Saints.
He still got New Orleans ties for sure. If you're looking at, that's what I was gonna say for the Broncos. It's like you already swung big. You brought in Russ. You got this great defense. You just fired Nathaniel Hackett. You're looking pretty bad. You got to land somebody with the resume and the big name. So, hey. We're gonna bring in Sean Payton. Honestly, I'm gonna give it an A minus, Jay.
A minus.
A minus.
I'm with you on that one.
A
minus.
If you already got Javonte Williams coming back. You got the running back. You got the receivers. You got Judy Sutton, Tim Patrick. You got the quarterback who I still think got something in there. I mean, he's 30. How old is Russ? 33?
Like 34.
34. He's got something in the tank, bro. And you got a mastermind who can bring it out of him. So you're in a win now period with all this talent. It's not like they don't have talent. They got cornerbacks.
The defense was killer, man.
Yeah.
The defense was best in the league until maybe like the last quarter of the season.
For a good bit, yeah. They probably just gave up.
They gave up. Like,
damn, we losing.
We tried.
We playing all these defense. They got the worst offense in the league. So I'm giving it an A minus, bro. I think that's a great move by the Broncos. You got to give up what you got to give up to land. What's the most important things? Quarterback and the coach.
Right.
And they got arguably one of the best coaches ever. And they got a quarterback who has a Super Bowl ring already. So shout out to the Broncos because Nathaniel Hackett.
Man, hold on. Go ahead and lead us into that
Nathaniel Hackett.
All right, I had him first on the list. I completely missed over Nathaniel Hackett. Go ahead, Jay. You take it away.
Let's roll over into Mr. Nathaniel Hackett. Mr. I'm the best job interviewee ever. I mean, this guy landed the offensive coordinator job for the New York Jets. So sad we didn't put out that episode. But Nathaniel Hackett had the worst offense in Denver last year.
How'd you say he be looking on the sideline?
Oh my goodness! Never forget that Thursday night game against the Colts.
Oh my God.
0-0. Offense ain't doing nothing on the field, and the camera was like, "What is Nathaniel Hackett thinking?" Nathaniel Hackett was like, "I don't know what to tell y'all." Like, bro, he just had a face of like.
You said he wasn't talking to nobody for a long period.
It looked like he was just in over his head. Normally, when you put the camera on the coach is whispering. They got the little thing. They're like, no. This dude was just like, boy, I don't know what I'm doing out here. Bro, I should not have signed up for this. This guy had the worst offense in the league. They had the least amount of touchdowns. They brought in a $200 million quarterback. This dude was fired before the end of the season. Is that not red flags? It's red flags for me. And the New York Jets hired him as their offensive coordinator.
Hold on, this is Hackett's first season as the Broncos head coach.
It was. He didn't even finish the season. The Denver Broncos, they.
So my thing was.
Hell no.
my defense for it was, all right, so we've had this argument, like, this argument got heated. I'm saying the head coaching job, yes, you have your specialties and what you're good at and what you came up in as, offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, MMA, you're a kickboxer, Muay Thai guy, you're a grappler, jiu-jitsu guy, but you got these head coaching duties. You're not primarily the coordinator. And so it's a completely different job. Yes, you're overseeing, you're touching up on this and whatnot. However, that is not your occupation primarily. But in this case, pretty much Jay says Nathaniel Hackett sucked so much as a head coach, he didn't need to get this offensive coordinator job.
Yes.
At least to the Jets, who kind of like don't really have that answer at quarterback, and they need it.
Yeah, they had some competitive games, Jay. Like they went into overtime with the Chargers. Remember that? I'm re-looking at the Broncos right now. They got a win over the Jaguars. Took the Chiefs to the brink, 34-28. Chiefs won, but that's impressive and all. But if you're averaging they were averaging around 14, 15 points a game in the season. And the Jets are looking for offense. Their defense was stout this year. All they need is offense. Jets don't even have a quarterback. We're seeing how Hackett does with a new quarterback. And mind you, it might not work with Russ. I'm going to give it a C+, bro. Giving it a C+ because got to give him a chance, right?
Right.
He was the offensive coordinator for the Packers. And someone else. Who was it? The Jaguars?
Like I said, man, look at the situation. So Josh McDaniels, he had a bad tenure as a head coach. I don't think it was as bad as Nathaniel Hackett, but it's like, okay, he fizzled out, did this, went to the Patriots, did a great job as the offensive coordinator there. You can still, it's what do they call it? A demotion? Demoted?
It's a demotion.
Demotion or whatever. You can still have success.
Barely.
Yeah, as a demotion. Like you're in a restaurant, you're a former bartender, server, or whatever. You get promoted to manager. It's like, oh man, this ain't for me. You go back to being a bartender and a server. Hey, you're flawless at it. You're excellent. It's just less duties, less pressure.
Right.
That's there's a chance.
That's why I'm giving it a C and not a D or an F because I would. But at least Hackett's coming in. He's got experience as a head coach, somewhat, and. They know Saleh got the defense part of it. Saleh's the head coach, so all he got to do is focus on offense. They got to get a quarterback, though. They got some stuff to figure out, but yeah, C+, bro.
C+?
Yeah.
C+?
C+.
Oh, I'm just giving it a C.
I'm going to give it C+.
All right, dang.
Only because he's got head coach experience now.
All right.
So if they suck this year, then it's just like, I know the Jets are like, damn.
All right, so check this out. So the worst team in the league, they'll have the number 1 pick, had to get a new head coach. And that is the Houston Texans hiring DeMeco Ryan, former defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers.
Woo!
I like it.
Well,
I like it.
Defense going to be lit, isn't it?
Yeah. Defense is going to be turned.
So
no matter how you look at it, the 49ers were star-studded, had all that talent on the defense. But the fact they were still the number 1 defense in the league. And then you got to look at it. Kyle Shanahan's an offensive guy. So it's like, okay, how much of a hand did Kyle Shanahan really put on organizing and, assembling the defense and coordinating the defense during the season? Probably not a whole lot, right?
Probably none.
So you got to give credit to DeMeco Ryans for coaching the top defense in the league.
Or also give credit to Kyle Shanahan because at first he hit on Robert Saleh, and then hit on DeMeco Ryans right after. So, but here's the funny thing. Remember this, all right? Remember this, y'all. I can't name you one Texan defensive player right now. I can't name one. I cannot name one Texan defensive player.
Boykin.
Who's that?
Cornerback. Or I could be off. Let's see.
Okay. My point is, DeMeco Ryan is gonna let us know who those players are by the time, we get into that season, next season. So I think it's a good pick. I think the offense is still gonna be bad.
Ooh, actually, I'm off, bro. What was the guy's name? AJ Boye or
He tried.
AJ Boye? Boye? All right, but yeah, man. Then I like the young coach hires too.
It's an A for me.
DeMeco Ryans is only 38.
It's an A for me. And he was even a player for them.
He was a player for them. Same with Frank Wright. He was the first ever quarterback to play for the Carolina Panthers. He was on that original roster.
That's great.
Yeah, DeMeco Ryan. He gives me kind of Mike Tomlin vibes. You know. Go ahead and tell him what you said about Mike Tomlin, man.
Oh man, he gonna put me out there?
Yes. Or you want to save it?
Nah, I'm gonna say it.
Say it. Go ahead.
I think it's. Nah, I can't say that.
All right. Well, hey, we'll save that for later, guys. But so we're talking about these head coaching vacancies. However, there's also the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. We only really got into two of those. But this is the most intriguing coordinator position I feel like got filled.
Ooh.
That is the offensive coordinator for the Chargers.
Oh, yeah, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore stepped away from the Cowboys and is now the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers. I like it, man. You got Brandon Staley, the analytical defensive head coach, one of Jay's favorite head coaches in the league.
Brandon Staley?
Yeah, Brandon Staley.
Hell no.
This man hate Brandon Staley. But hey, man, you get Kellen. Look what Kellen Moore did for Doc. I said Doc for Dak Prescott. You seen how his numbers just boomed up over the past 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Just imagine what things he can do for freaking.
I think
Justin Herbert, a more talented quarterback.
I'll give that a B plus.
Plus?
Yeah, B plus for sure. I think they're gonna try and go get another running back. I think he likes to have the double running back thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see a lot more play action from Herbert. He got the quarterback. I mean, it's hard for some people to put Herbert over Dak, but I think Herbert's better than that.
What? Hold on. What?
Some people won't. Some people are still Dak fans out here, bro.
Putting Dak over Herbert?
Yeah.
What?
It's because of Herbert's meltdown this postseason and
man,
some of the losses he's taking, which I'm blaming. Well, I blame Brandon Staley, but some people blame Justin Herbert. I'm not gonna say any names.
I'm not about to blame Justin Herbert. No,
it's all good. Well, anyway, he's got Justin Herbert.
It's the whole team fault, but I'm not about to. No.
So Kellen Moore can ask Herbert to make some throws in situations that maybe Dak wasn't even comfortable in. That's just a good hire, bro. Mm-hmm. It's a good hire for Kellen Moore, who. If he does well here, he can land himself in a head coaching position, possibly.
I think that if he does well here, if he does well here over the next 2 or 3 seasons, he's going to be a hot commodity for a head coaching position.
Maybe he'll take Brandon Staley's spot.
You stupid, man.
Put it in the works, bro. Put it in the works.
Right. And
what else?
Just going to touch on one more offensive coordinator position or coordinator position. The Patriots signed Bill O'Brien, former head coach, GM, offensive coordinator of the Houston Texans. I feel like that can work out, but are they going to get any good players? Or are they going to see me and you walking on the street and be like, hey, you trying to play?
Why the hell would they do that?
What? Why would they sign Bill O'Brien?
Yeah.
It's Belichick, man. I mean,
does Belichick not want a genius in there? He wants to be the only genius in there. He's like, I'm Dirty Dan in this. Like, bro, you hired, because it's like he can still. This guy has GM experience coming in here, and the Texans suck. They suck since Deshaun left. Honestly, I remember they was in the playoffs against the Chiefs that year. Patrick Mahomes. That was them, right? Or was that the Titans?
Mm-hmm. No,
that was
that
the
was the Texans.
Yeah,
That was the
I
Texans.
will never forget that.
Oh, my bad.
I'll never forget that, Jay. Goodness gracious. But still, the Texans sucked. Other than that, I still feel like Belichick kind of has some hangover over him. I feel like Belichick wants control.
He does, man.
So I don't know,
It's almost getting weird now.
It is weird.
Yeah.
He obsessed, bro.
Something's
It's
up.
probably like, I don't know. I don't know. And it's not. He's an offensive coordinator.
Yes.
So poor Mac Jones, right? It's not looking good for the Patriots. But
Bro, are they gonna get any good players though? Like that's on offense at least. That's my thing. Like what's Devontae Parker used to be solid now, but not so much anymore.
this is what we want.
Yeah, I know. We want them to suffer.
Patriots, bro, die, bro, suffer. I'm gonna give that shit a C.
Yeah, that shit a D.
Yeah.
Or a C minus.
Yeah, it's bad. What else?
All right, so this is the last of it. So I'm just revealing the final two head coaching vacancies. The Cardinals, who fired Cliff Kingsbury earlier this season, and the Colts, who fired Frank Reich, who is now the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. And they brought Jeff Saturday on, a team associate. So apparently he was like watching film, like he had some kind of touch with the team before he got hired. He wasn't just like at his house doing analyzations and stuff.
Who gives a
got
bleep?
hired. And he was one of the interviewees of the team. So
Who gives a bleep?
anybody out there that you would like to see be the head coach of either of these teams? Or I can pull up the here we go, the interviews.
Who's gonna get that Arizona job?
That's intriguing. Flores is up in the air too.
Need somebody to coach Kyler Murray, bro. The Colts don't have a coach yet either.
Oh, the Colts don't either. You see Eric Bieniemy, the Chiefs offensive coordinator, is looking to go there.
Yeah, there's him.
Mm-hmm. Bengals offensive coordinator looking to go to the Colts. So,
Some Cowboy Dan Quinn, is he gonna stay?
Dan Quinn staying, yeah.
All right, well.
All right, that's about it. All right, guys. Hey, anything else you got for the rest of the show? Hold on. We got to say one more good thing about Tom Brady. Jay, you go first.
One more good thing about Brady.
Yes.
Shoot, that Super Bowl win with the Buccaneers was legendary. Legendary, Tom. 7 Super Bowl wins, legendary. He's got the total longevity to make him a Hall of Fame zero ballot. Like, this dude is just hands down best quarterback ever. I don't know what else to say about him. Really wish he still had his wife, bro. But hey, look it.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I got 2 things to say, Tom Brady. Your ex-wife is very, very beautiful.
Bruh.
I mean, I'm saying, man, like, bro, you the man for, like, being married to her for so long and whatnot. And my last and final thing, yes, the win with the Buccaneers was legendary, but that comeback win in the Super Bowl against the Falcons, 28-3, nothing top that.
Wow.
Thank you, guys. Like and subscribe, share. We the champs. We out.
Wow. It's fucked up, bro.